Welcome, everybody. Once again, we welcome our much awaited guest, Nitin Kashyap. Here, he teaches us about Dosh Samya. In today's generation, when many people call it quits, many couple call it quits and head their own ways separately, they often come back to astrologers asking one question, a burning one at that. They ask us, our parents got our kundlis matched. How come we are not compatible? Where have we fallen? Why has astrology not proved right for us? To them, we have an answer today. Nitin Kashyap is going to take us down to a system of astrology of matching charts called Dosh Samya. The system so far that most follow is nakshatra based and is Kuta Milan. But now Nitin Kashyap shows us what Dosh Samya is all about and how it will help us move the couple into a more congenial relationship. Over to you. A hearty welcome, Nitin, and please explain this concept a little more before we go ahead.
Thank you so much. Jai Shri Ram, Anuradha ji. It's been an honor to be with you and be with Vittal Bhai on this forum again. Yes, you are right. Just checking Ashtakuta matching and Mangalik dosha, astrologers suggest person to get married. Sometime even without going to a competent astrologer, people themselves check Gun Milan on computer and took such an important decision of life. So after watching this video, most probably viewers can understand the marriage compatibility is not limited to Ashtakuta matching and Mangalik dosha. There are more important and logical factors too, which we should consider in checking compatibility. Okay, Vittalji, can you please share this slide?
Yes. Yes, give me a second.
Today's topic is related to marriage, and as all we know, marriage compatibility is a very important as well as debatable topic. Getting a perfect life partner is very difficult. Okay, we have seen in Ram Sati, there's one doha, Manujahi rache hu milahi saubaru sahaj sundar savar karuna nidhan sujan siilu sanehu janat ravar. In these lines, Ma Parvati is blessing Ma Sita for getting a good, kind-hearted and intelligent life partner. And there is one more shloka given in Agla Stotra, Patnim Manormam Dehi Manovritanusarinim Tarinim Durga Sansara Sagarasya Kulodbhava. In this shloka, native is asking for life partner who can help him in growing his own clan. So it is a difficult part. Okay. And there is one ideology that say marriages are made in heaven and celebrated on earth. In that case, there is no need to check the compatibility between the partner. But with due respect to that particular ideology, we should not forget the theory of karma. We should at least try to pick out the best partner from the available resources. Checking marriage compatibility through astrological means is one way to select a right partner. Now, as we proceed further, first of all, we should understand what is marriage. Okay. Now, marriage is a social and legal bond between spouses or life partner that establish right and obligation between them. Now, according to Puranas, the first step for choosing a life partner is based on the family background. We should select a life partner which have a similar background, similar family background, so that there are more chances of having a good relationship. Okay, it becomes difficult to follow the culture and religion or different culture of the other life partner. So it is easier if you marry a guy or a girl whose family background is similar to you. There is some advantage of marrying such person. Then the second part is educational background. If one person is highly qualified, then he should or she should marry a guy who is almost equal to her in educational background. Then financial stability is the other factor. Mental compatibility is foremost important. And here Ashtakuta comes that Ashtakuta matching is totally based on the nakshatra of moon. Okay. and Chandrama Manaso Jatakaha. On that basis, mental compatibility can be seen or should be seen through Ashtakuta matching. Okay, and Ashtakuta, here I am again repeating my line that Ashtakuta is a part of marriage compatibility. Okay, now, and one more thing, romance. Romance is an important part of a relationship. Love is the key ingredient in a happy marriage, but without a bunch of the following things, it is not simply enough, right? Now let's proceed further. Dosh Samya. In this part, we will discuss the traditional way of matching a chart or matching a compatibility between a couple. Next slide, please. Okay. First of all, I will tell you, I would like to tell you that even if you are married, don't think that there is no need to check compatibility now. Today's topic is very much important for you also. Okay. So, being imperfect is a part of the definition of being human. So, when it comes to a life partnership, the healthy attitude is that every person comes with a set of pros and cons. And these are my partners, and they are part of the package I or my family knowingly choose to spend my life with. Okay. Through this method, you will understand what are the drawbacks I have, which I should change for maintaining a good relationship. Here I would like to mention the other part also, that suppose if you are having some drawback and you know about it, then you should try to rectify it as soon as as much as possible. Okay. So let's move further. Yeah, wait a second, Vittalji. Wait a second. Can you please go to the last slide, please? Now here we can see dosha means negativity and samya means balancing. So dosh samya means balancing of affliction between the couple. Ashtakuta is called Ashtakuta Gun Milan, and this is called Dosh Milan. Okay. So if any dosha exists in one chart, it should be nullified by similar dosha in the other chart. And the word similar will be described in the next video. We will discuss few other examples through which we can mention that how this particular dosha can be rectified. For this, the total dosha in each chart is to be first calculated and then compared. Let's move further. Okay, in dosh samya, as which are considered to be very important, Lagna is one of them. Sorry, present our own traits and characteristics. So it is very important to judge yourself before checking compatibility with others. There is one saying that "Bura jo dekhan main chala, mila na burya koi, jo man dekha aapne, mujhse bura na koi." What does it mean? That I search for the crooked one, met not with a single one, but when I search myself, I found the crooked one. So first of all, we should try to check out ourselves. Let's move to the next slide. Second house. Second house, as all we know, that it represents the Vanisthana. It also known as Vanisthana. So Vanisthana should be affliction free. See, Madhur Vachan hai Aushadhi, Katu Vachil hai Tir, Shravan Dwar hai Sanchare, Sale Sakal Sari. What does it mean? That we have to speak truth, but also politely. Many problems are created by our misusing of word. So we must use sweet, polite, and proper word suitable to the occasion.
Yep.
So our word also reveal our personality. We should just check it out. Now, next slide, please. Fourth house. This house represents our mental status, or you can say peace of mind. This house also represents domestic environment. So malefic influence over this house can create serious problem in married life. Okay, next slide. Seventh house. Obviously, seventh house represent our life partner. So there is no need to explain the influence of seventh house in married life. Seventh house stands for partner behavior and traits. Planet plays in this house ultimately create impact on ascendant too, because of its seventh aspect. So in this method, good weightage given to this particular bhava. Let's move to the next slide. And next house, which is important in this system, is the eighth house. This house is also known as the Mangalya Sthan or Mangalya Bhava in female case. According to different classical texts, the eighth house indicates losses, adversity, misery, misfortune, separation, or even death. So scholar opine that the eighth house from Lagna or Moon should not be tenanted, it should be vacant. Okay. Sudden drastic changes, sudden negative events could be related to this house, and it is also related to the marriage house. Next slide, please. Now, the 12th house. It is a house of imagination, secret desire, sleep, dreams, sex, pleasure, and entertainment. Physical, you can say physical compatibility too. Mostly all these things represented by the 12th house are related with the effect of our subconscious mind. Physical compatibility should be seen from this house. So this house is also very important. Now let's sum up this house's weightage.
So we see that the houses involved here are 1, 2, 4, 7, 8 and 12. And
Correct.
these are the houses that we are actually going to give us the compatibility in the married life, right?
Here I would like to mention, Anadaji, that the so-called Manglik dosha is also be seen through these houses. So we can correlate that particular thing with this dosha samya. Manglik dosha is a part of this system. Okay, so here we can see that
Mangal dosh, we also know, Nitin, Mangal dosh, since it's also one of the very misused concept in astrology, where people do negate a chart only on basis of Mangal dosh, but we have also read that after a certain age, after 28 years of age, Mangal dosh stops to operate, right? Please correct me if I am wrong.
no, you are absolutely correct. And at the same time, this you said Mangal dosh, it is also known as Kujadi dosha. And if we do Vigra here, Kuj Adi means Mars and etc. So here or other planet also can make a difference in the married life. But at the same time, no doubt, as you said earlier, that it is Mangalik dosha is misused for checking compatibility. We should see the lordship also and other thing also, other factor also, before saying that Mangalik dosha can create a negative impact on a married life. And yes, as 28th year of the life is represented by the Mars, that's why it is related to that particular age.
And
Now,
moreover, I am taking just a minute off for Mangal dosha, stressing on Mangal, because people do question us, and people do also have a lot of misconception about Mangal dosha. Nitin, is not Mangal dosh also considered? Mangal just creates a lot of aggression and a lot of fight. That is also a reason why Mangal dosh is considered to be a very not just about widowhood, because in today's days and time, that is not one of the major issues, but the major issue is fighting and aggression that comes out of the Mangal nowadays.
Correct. You will see that in upcoming slides. I have discussed that Mars, how Mars can create negative impact if he is making any. Let's see. Let's move further. That bhav involved in dosha samya are ascendant, second house, fourth house, seventh, eighth, and 12th. Kindly please, Vittal bhai, can you please show the last slide, please? Yeah. This is important. See, here, the weightage is given to each and every houses according to the impact they can make on married life. Lagna, we give 3 marks. To the second, 3, fourth, again 3. Seventh house, as it is important, it represents your spouse behavior, 5. And the four most important house for married life, according to this system, is 8, and 6 point is given to that particular bhava, and 1 is given to the 12th house. Okay. Now let's move further. Next. See, these are the malefic planet according to this system, which can make problem in a married life. Here, as I mentioned at the bottom, Ketu, malefic moon, and malefic Mercury. Mercury placed with a malefic planet will not produce any dosha according to this system. Now, as Anuragji earlier said that how Mars can create problem in a married life. See, fighting is inevitable between the couple. Okay. And Mars is the karaka of aggression, ugra swabhav, no doubt about it. But there are good and bad ways to fight. When a couple is good at fighting, they diffuse tension, approach things with a humor, and genuinely listen to the other side, while avoiding getting nasty, violent, personal, or defensive. But if you have a strong Mars, in your chart, then it becomes a bit difficult to accept other thinking very easily. Right? Mars is considered to be the commander of the army. Okay, hence strong Mars can create issues related to egoistic behavior, or violence. That's why Mangal is given the most foremost important. You can say it is given the highest marks in this dosha system. It is 4, and let's discuss about Saturn. Shani is the karaka of vairagya. Okay, sometimes partner withdraw into silence and adopt the behavior of hiding or his or her true feeling. He's making assumption about you and believe he can read your mind without actually communicating. So feeling of rejection is also be seen through Saturn, and it is quite common in a relationship where one of the partner has inferiority complex. It doesn't matter what they do, think, or believe. They are assured to think that they are going to be rejected for who they really are. So demoralizing and degrading them before giving someone else a fair chance can ruin a relationship. So that's why Saturn, 3 points is given to Saturn in the system. And then
does it also cause depression? Does it also cause depression in the married life?
Correct. Absolutely correct. Because depression and inferiority complex, these are the 2 factors which can be correlated with Saturn. So no doubt, it can also create depression. Now, the next planet in our list is Sun. Okay, Sun represents ego. One of my faculty, Shri Krishna Kumar, always recite this share that askare harmesh tumhe hasti hi jurm hai, rakhna kabhi na pao, yahan sar liye. What does it mean? That entering the love lane or in a bedroom with words like I, my, myself is nothing but a sin. Better not approach this place with ego in your head. No doubt it is quite difficult, but we should, think about it. So 2 points is given to the Sun in the system. Then the next planet, that is Rahu. Rahu is a karaka of Maya. Okay, so secrets are slow poison to a relationship, as we all know, because they form an invisible wall inside the relationship, leaving both the people somewhat alone in their world. So Rahu is a karaka of delusion also. Infidelity and misunderstanding are the 2 major signification and factors which can be created by Rahu. Okay. Now, next slide, please.
Yep.
Okay. Here you can see that this system is the next process for doing such thing is if a planet is exalted, then it will not create any dosha. Planet in Mool Trikona will give 25% of it. But in this presentation, I am not using this slide. I am not using this method. We will discuss it in a simple way, and then in the next video we will cover all these factors. Okay. Let's move ahead.
Is it also not open for research, Nitin, because a lot of work needs to be done, a lot of data needs to be assimilated and proved correct if this has to be shown on a very open base kind of a thing.
Correct. See, there are few things which personally I don't follow because I worked on this method. I have collected around 250 to 250 couple chart, and but at the same time, this method is given as by our sages. So we will discuss the part of it. And as you said earlier, that it's a topic of research. We should try to extract what they want to say at that time. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, what we have to do here, we have to multiply the dosha or the points given to the planet to the house where they placed. I'm giving you one example. Here you can see a chart of a girl and a boy. No, let's do dosh samya, or now let's calculate dosha for one of the chart. First, we pick out the chart of girl. Now, here you can see the important houses for married life, as we discussed earlier, is the first, second, fourth, seventh, eighth, and 12th. Okay, in this chart, Lagna is vacant. There is no malefic planet in it. So, there is no dosha related to the Lagna. Now, in the second house, we have Sun and Jupiter. Jupiter is a natural benefic planet, and we are not taking that planet in dosh samya. So Sun in the second house will create a dosha. Now 3 point is given to the second house, right? And we give 2 point to the Sun. So 2 3s are 6. Now we will see that the second house create dosha of 6 point. Can you please, Vitarbhai, click on the next slide? Next, transformation.
Admin.
Transition. Okay. Now, Lagna 0, second house 6 point, fourth house is also vacant, so there is no dosha. Seventh house is also vacant, then it will not create any problem. In the eighth house, where we give 6 point, we have Mars there. So, 6 fours are 24. That's why Mars in this chart is creating a problem. It is giving 24 dosha to the native. In the 12th house, we have Venus, and Venus will not create any dosha. That's why there is 0 in it. So the sum of this the chart is around 30, right?
Yes.
Okay. Here is one more point. We have to calculate the dosha through moon chart also, and then finally we have to divide it by 2. So if you see that in a moon chart, in the Lagna, we have only moon. Second house from moon, we have Ketu, but Ketu will not create any dosha. Fourth from moon is vacant, so there is no problem at all. Seventh from moon is also vacant. But in the 8th house, we have Saturn and Rahu, right? Saturn and Rahu, the combination gives us the number 4, and 4 into 6 as 8th house from the 8th house from the Lagna creates 6 doshas. So we have 6 fours are 24 dosha in the 8th house. 12th house is also vacant, so there is no dosha. And in totality, we have 12 because half of the 24 is 12. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we have to calculate this thing with the Venus Lagna also from the Venus. Okay, and then finally we have to 1/4 the total score or the dosha. In this case, from Venus we have no planet with Venus, so there is no dosha. The second from Venus is also vacant. The fourth from the Venus we have Mercury, which is not creating any problem. Seventh from Venus is also vacant. Eighth from Venus is also vacant. And in the 12th house we have Ketu, which is not creating any dosha. So the total marks given through Venus in this chart is 0. Now let's sum up all these points. Through Lagna we have 36 negative doshas. From Moon we have 12 negative doshas, and from Venus nil. So the total dosha this female have is 48 doshas. Now let's move to the boy chart. Yeah, wait a second, Vitabai. Here we also like to mention that, as I said earlier, that we should know which planet is creating dosha, which tendency of myself is creating problem in my married life. Here we can see that Mars is the creating more than 50% of dosha negativity. So the violence, aggression can ruin my married life or the married life of the person. Next slide, please. Okay, let's start with the boy chart. In Lagna, there is no planet. In second house, we don't have any planet. Fourth house is also vacant. In the seventh, we have Saturn, and we give 3 point to Saturn and 5 point to the seventh house. So it becomes 15. In the eighth house, we have Moon, which is not creating any dosha, and in the 12th, we have Mars. 4 ones are 12. 4 ones are 4. Sorry. So it becomes the total of this doshas through ascendant chart is 90.
Yes.
Okay. Let's repeat the process with the moon chart.
Working it through.
Okay.
Yes.
In the Lagna, we don't have any planet. From moon, we don't have any planet. In the second second house from the moon is also vacant. In fourth, we have Sun, Ketu, and Mercury. Sun is creating issue here. That is why we gave 2 point to there and 3 2s are 6. Seventh from moon is also vacant, and eighth, and then finally we have Saturn in the 12th house. So 3 ones are 3, and that's why we got 3 point here. So total from moon chart to become 9, and after dividing it by 2, we have 4.5 points.
Yes.
Let's move to the this chart again, but with the Venus Lagna.
Just the
Here we can see the Lagna is unafflicted. We have Jupiter, Venus there. From Venus chart, Lagna is unafflicted because we have Jupiter and Venus there. Second from it, we have Sun. Fourth is also vacant. Fourth, seventh, these two houses are vacant. In eighth from Venus, we have Rahu. And 12th house from Venus is also vacant. So in totality, there is 12 doshas, and after dividing it by 12, we have
4.
4. Dividing it by 4. Thank you for correcting me. Dividing it by 4, we have 3 points.
The total here becomes
Okay. Now, through ascendant, we have 19. From moon, we have 4.5. And through Venus, we have 3 points. So the total point becomes 20. Now, as per the rule, a female partner should have lesser number of dosha from a male partner. Otherwise, there could be a problem in a relationship. And the difference should not be, or you can say the difference between both the partners should not be more than 20. Otherwise, it will create problem. In this chart, we have 21.5. There is a difference of 21.5. And at the same time, if we go to the Ashtakuta Milan of this chart, as per my I can remember that it is around 27 or 28.5 out of 36. So here we can see that there is a difference, and finally they get separated after only 1 year of married life. Okay. So we should also see the dosh samya here for confirming these things. And in this method, as we can see that there are 2 to 3 things which is better, or you can say which is quite good as compared to the Ashtakuta matching. One thing is that the best part of the system is that you can identify the gray area of your behavior. Okay.
True.
It is not in the case of Ashtakuta Milan. The best part of the system is that you can identify the gray area of your behavior, which can ruin your mind. So you can control it, you can modify, mold yourself if it is possible to you.
Yeah.
It will help in your mind. Now let's take the second case and again follow the same process.
So mathematically, let me repeat once more. Mars carries 4 points, Saturn carries 3 points, Sun carries 2 points, and Rahu carries 1 point.
Absolutely.
The houses 1, 2, 4 carry 3 points each, 5 points by the 7th house, maximum points to the 8th house, which is the Mangalya Bhava, and 1 point to the 12th house.
Yes.
Correct.
We'll go to the next.
And
Yes,
the
ma'am.
resultant house with the point of the planet multiplied by the house in which it is positioned with respect to, say, the Lagna, the moon, or the Venus, that gives us the point that one planet is carrying with it.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And for moon lagna, we have to divide it by 12, and from Venus
So 2
lagna,
by divided by 2, and for Venus by 4.
correct.
So I hope all our viewers have got the mathematical point correct, because this is a cakewalk method, a very beautiful method, Nitin, and hopefully it saves a lot of couple to realize the mistake they have made or they can make. And as you said, it gives us a view, bird's eye view of where we are wrong and where we can improve. A huge scope of improvement is also possible, right?
Bilkul, correct.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Whether from an
Let's move to
ascendant
the-
perspective you're going wrong, whether from the second house your communication is a problem in the relationship, so on and so forth.
So
So
beautiful.
that's
Yes.
so you can focus on those area and and adjust your behavior with your partner. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, so beautiful. Yes, that is another angle. The second house also is very beautifully put by Vittal. If the second house is showing more affliction in terms of planets there, from either the Venus, Moon, and Lagna, all of them, then we know that it's our speech that is creating a problem. So that should be modulated, and so on and so forth. Fourth house, how we maintain our behavior at home. Very beautiful. Thank you, Vittal.
We'll go to the second chart now.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the second chart, and in this chart also, the girl is carrying Saturn in her lagna. So 3 3s are 9, as Anuradha described this method in a perfect way. That the 3 point is allotted to the lagna and 3 point is allotted to the Saturn. And when we multiply these two, the lagna dosha is 9, and in the second house we have Mars. Okay. So, 4 marks is given to the fourth point, Mars. So, it becomes 3 4s are 12. Fourth house is vacant. Seventh house, we have Moon and Venus, which is not creating any problem, which is not creating any issue. 12th house and 8th house are also vacant. So, the total become 21. Now, let's see this chart with the Moon, as a Moon in the Lagna. Through Moon, we can see Moon Venus combination is there. So there is no malefic planet in the with the Moon. Second house from the Moon is also vacant. Fourth, there is no problem. In seventh, we have Saturn. That is why it becomes 5 3s are 15. In eighth, we have Mars. So it becomes 6 4s are 24. And in the 12th house, we have Rahu and Sun. So the combination will give a 3 point. So it becomes 3 1s are 3. That in total it becomes 42, and by dividing after dividing it by 2, we got 21 point. As Moon and Venus are together in this chart, so there is no need to do it again. So the total becomes 42, and now we just have to divide it by 4. Right? Am I right, Anuradha ji?
Yes.
Okay. So it becomes 10.5 here. So the total dosha after all 3 lagna become 52.5, which is quite high.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is creating this problem? Mars and Saturn is creating the problem. And as told by Mr. Vittal, that in her second house she is carrying Mars. So in this chart, there are strong chances that using of utter words or using of bad language can ruin her marriage life.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, move
Anger
to
and
the
aggression
boy
will
chart.
also be there probably in the communication. So yeah,
Correct.
that might create the
Aggression.
problem.
At the same time, there are chances of, you can say, lack of communication, because Saturn is a karaka of virakti. So there are chances of having, lack of communication after a strong fight, which can create, or which can, ruin.
Elongated period of indifference can be seen after a huge fight, verbal battle kinds. An elongated period of quietness can be seen that can break the couple further.
Yeah.
Yes. If a person can judge this through this method, she or he should, communicate with the partner as soon as the fight is over, as soon as it is possible. In that case, it may not create, so much problem. Okay. Let's move to the boy chart. In boy chart, we have Moon, Mars, and Venus in the Lagna. After multiplying 4 to 3, it becomes 12, second house, fourth house, seventh house, eighth house, all are vacant, so there is no need to do any calculation. And in the 12th house, we have Sun and Rahu, so the combination will be of 3 marks. And after multiplying it by 1, it becomes 3. Now, let's move to the, let's again see this chart. Here, I took this example because, see, in this case, Moon, Venus, and Lagna all are at the same point. So there is no need to do calculation and again in this case particularly. So from the Lagna we have 15 points. From Venus we have 7. From Moon we have 7.5, right? And from Venus we have 3.75. If I'm not wrong. Let's see.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, 3.75.
Okay.
So when we sum it all up,
the sum is 26.25, which is quite low as compared to the female partner. Okay.
double that of female, double that of the female.
Obviously, exactly double, right. So in that case, we should not suggest a person to marry this particular girl, or we should not suggest this matching through Dosh Samya. So that's how Dosh Samya is a unique method to check the negativity between the couple, and we can mitigate that particular thing.
The dosha,
In the upcoming video,
the
yeah,
dosha
please,
difference,
Vithal bhai.
yeah, the dosha difference you mentioned in the earlier point should not be more than 20, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, it should not be more than 20.
20 points.
Okay. So, in the second part of this series, I'll share how Lordship of Bhava can change the result of the planet. Okay, how exaltation, etc., etc., and the Lordship of Bhava, can create or can influence the system. Okay, we will cover that particular point in the next series, next part of the series, and at the same time, I will share an Excel sheet. I will show an Excel sheet through which we can, just calculate that. Vithal bhai have done a work on it, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we can
Beautiful
see,
Excel sheet,
yes,
and it's a very beautiful Excel sheet where Vittal has shown, just by placing planets in their respective houses, how you can come to the calculation.
Just have to select the
And
houses for the planets against the ascendant Moon and Venus, and the calculation happens by itself. Yeah.
very beautiful show. So we're looking forward for that also. This nearly brings us to the end of this session. And Nitin, trust me, it is an eye-opener. This Dosh Samya is an eye-opener. It probably will get around a number of people, number of young children who have a question mark against astrology's capacity or capabilities, as they put it, for marriage matching, and also it will open avenues for others to know where even a person can know where he needs to improve, be his communication, be his compromise ability, be his home disturbance in home and hearth, and how to handle that, and he can lead a harmonious married life. We at Saptarishis. Yes, Nitin, please continue.
Anuradha ji, I am using this method from past 5 years with my clients to guide them that this is the gray shade of your marital life. If you can, rectify it, if it is possible to, if you can rectify that particular behavior of yourself, then you may have a very good married life. And you see, each and every one of us have some good thing and some bad thing, some pros and cons. So now it's up to you how we see others. Okay, and if we can detect our own dosha, in the dosh samya, the dosha part is more important than the samya part. Okay, if we can, pinpoint our dosha, then it becomes very easy to in a medical science too. The first, the step is to pinpoint the disease, pinpoint the root cause of it.
Yes, to the root of the disease is more important.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
correct.
then medication can be applied. Yes, this is here we are getting to down to the root of the problem. So we know wherein our problem lies,
Yeah. Sometime
and then it becomes easier.
sometime even before applying the medicine or taking the medicine, if you just abstain from doing some eating habits, or it makes a yeah. So
Yes, precaution is always better than cure.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
That's so very well said, Vittal. And I think this brings us to the end. And Nitin, we are looking forward to another session. As always, our viewers, we request you. That is Vittal's take on it. What do you say? What would you want the viewers to, write down, Vittal? That is your take.
yeah, we have told them what the next part is gonna be. If they want any specific questions for us to raise with Nitin and help them, yeah, we would be posing those questions to Nitin, and then we will surely add it in our next series.
And as we go further, Nitin, we are not leaving you here. We will be coming back to you with topics after topics. He is a gem of a person and has invaluable gems in his, treasure trove. And we are not going to let him off with just a few, classes and teachings. So this is Anuradha Sharda and along with Mitchell Mulia from Saptarishis Astrology, and a hearty, thankful gratefulness to Nitin Kashyap for giving us and teaching us Dosh
Nitin,
Samya.
thank you so
Looking
much.
forward for the next session. Thank you.
Thank you.